truly appreciate the work you all do as council members. Thank you very much for your service. The Chief of Police recently stated that banning the open carry of guns will not improve public safety in Ashland. Therefore, the ordinances being considered by the council do not represent a public safety issue. The city attorney has made it clear the proposed gun control ordinances will attract litigation and will be expensive, which begs the question, why are we still talking about this? If this will do nothing to improve public safety and it will cost Ashland taxpayers money, why is the council even having a work session on it tonight? There are other ways to make our safe community safer than this unenforceable, highly subjective proposal. As the city attorney stated 2 weeks ago, a single lawsuit arising from the improper enforcement of this ordinance would cost a minimum of $150,000 to defend in court, a sum that was shrugged off by the person sponsoring this ordinance. That single lawsuit, and there will be more than one, easily pays for another full-time police officer patrolling our streets. Better yet, how about using that money to teach a gun safety course to Ashland's children so that they too can safely understand, respect, and embrace their Second Amendment rights? Not to mention, target shooting and marksmanship is fun and can be a great bonding experience for parents and children. This push to restrict the citizens' rights pertaining to guns seems to be driven more by a hunger for political gain and a grab for headlines than anything. It's a solution looking for a problem that does not exist. My husband and I walk to town almost daily, and in the little over 2 years since we've returned to Ashland, we have yet to see anyone who is open carrying. I feel much more threatened and insulted by idle, able-bodied men leering and demanding money from me as I walk by. Behavior that has driven several of my female friends concerned for the safety of their children and 2 businesses I frequented from town. I read on one councilperson's website that it's their desire to positively affect the lives of community residents. How does infringing on our liberties and creating criminals out of your neighbors in any way jive with our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? I grew up in Ashland in the 70s and even delivered the daily tidings on horseback up around Harding and Vista area. I was raised around guns and taught how to properly handle them by my grandfather, who served during World War II on the aircraft carrier USS Franklin Roosevelt. We were taught that the muzzle of a gun should never point at anyone and one's finger should never touch the trigger unless there is a need for self-defense. I'm a small woman, and as strong as I am for my size, I'm realistic. I know there are larger, meaner individuals who can do me harm, and I may need reinforcement so as not to become a victim in what is rapidly becoming a nanny state. Even if I'm lucky enough to make a call to 911 when threatened, it could take a considerable amount of time for an officer to respond. Guns, like knives, are tools, and just as the adults around me taught me how to properly handle a knife, they also taught me how to properly handle a gun. Most gun owners I've known throughout my life are extremely gun knowledgeable, safe, and responsible individuals. My life has never been affected by someone who has exercised their right to own a gun or open carry. That is not to say, however, that my life has never been affected by evil people. My freedom as a young teen came to a screeching halt in 1979 when 2 days after Christmas, two 11-year-old girls, Rachel Isser and Deanna Jackman, went to Hunter Park to play tennis. Manuel Cortez, a transient who had been in the area for approximately 6 weeks, abducted, brutally raped, tortured, stabbed, and strangled the girls. Rachel's lifeless body was found at then SOSC's football field. Deanna's body was found later out off Dead Indian Road. My life shut down. I could not do anything without an adult. More recently, in 2011, David Michael Grubbs was nearly decapitated by a sword. But I'm not asking that swords, knives, and ropes be banned. I'm asking that I continue to be allowed to defend myself with a gun if necessary.
Let's stop there. You're over
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
No, that's okay. Thank you very much.